So it might surprise you to learn that I once had two women fighting over me. No, not recently. I was living in Memphis, and it went on for months. What? Oh, no, not about me, over me. The two women lived in the apartment above me.
This is the Jean-Paul Sartre Insight Podcast.
With your host, Chris McCord. Two women, Gina and Maggie, each face similar situations in their love lives. Each is interested in a man who is engaged to another, and each considers stealing him from his fiancée. Gina does it. She takes him because she believes true passion requires sacrifice. If it were the other way around, Sartre notes, she would sacrifice her interests so that another could have the love of a lifetime. The second woman, Maggie, declines his advances out of solidarity with her fellow human beings. She ghosts him, we can imagine, out of her recognition of the plight of women generally. All women are my sisters, she reasons, and I will not betray one of them even for a great love. Once again, Sartre denies a uniquely right answer. Either option, he claims, is permissible. But in the case of the two women, Sartre adds a qualification he previously failed to mention.
The only thing that counts is whether or not the invention is made in the name of freedom.
He adds,
They are equivalent, in as much as the ultimate aim in both cases is freedom.
For an action to be right, then, it is not enough that you choose it. It must also aim at an increase in human freedom, where increasing human freedom means giving people better, more fulfilling choices than they would otherwise have. Is it okay to renege on a promise or skip out on an obligation you've made to another? Sartre says yes, so long as you are doing it for freedom's sake. Sartre's willingness to affirm the rightness of stealing a fiancée is unsurprising. He and his significant other, philosopher Simone de Beauvoir, reject conventional sexual morality. They do not marry. They both agree to regard their relationship with one another as primary, but they keep the relationship open, and both have romantic relationships on the side. While most of us value monogamy, we probably also agree that breaking a romantic vow is sometimes permissible. When Tisha leaves Frank because she feels trapped, unfree, or unfulfilled, few rational, disinterested observers condemn her, even if her choice creates significant emotional distress for Frank and her children. She is acting in the name of freedom as we have defined it, in this case her own. But if she's cruel, if she intentionally rubs her new love interest in Frank's face or neglects her children, then we tend to judge more harshly. She's making it harder for Frank to move on. She is stunting the emotional growth of her children. She is thwarting freedom. Yes, we create our morality, and yes, you invent your own right values, provided that those values align with the North Star of values that is the promotion of human freedom. When they began dating, Ted swept Maggie off her feet. I feel like he has me in a cocoon of love, Maggie blissfully confided to her best friend. But it wasn't too long before his focused attention felt less like love and more like a tight pair of shoes. Ted seemed to want to control everything about her, even her thoughts and reactions. At Ted's favorite seafood restaurant, Maggie knew better than to order something pricey. I'll just have the catfish dinner, she told the waitress. She'll just have the catfish dinner, mocked Ted, trying in vain to get the waitress in on the joke. She sounds like she's apologizing to you. Well, I'll just have the fisherman special, if that isn't too much trouble for the cook. Maggie did have a bad feeling about the relationship, but she had to admit that things weren't always ugly. You're the only one who understands me, Maggie. I don't know what I would do without you. When Ted said these things, Maggie was on cloud 9. She felt so unique, so loved. The cocoon was back. Consideration of Sartre's freedom-centric morality should give Maggie pause. Does remaining with Ted enhance or hinder human freedom? While staying may indeed enhance his liberty, it appears to cancel out Maggie's. Maggie's been given a role in Ted's script. She no longer feels as though she can choose her meal, how she orders, or her path in life. Furthermore, Maggie's project of enhancing Ted's freedom precludes her from promoting the freedom of others. At her job, Maggie helped teach underprivileged children computer skills. But Ted complained about the time it required and questioned whether the receiving children truly deserved compassion. His bitterness caused such a problem that Maggie eventually gave up her position to a colleague on the committee. Her relationship with Ted, it seems, reduces the number of good, fulfilling options, not only for herself, but for others in the world. If Maggie's serious about promoting human freedom, she will need to set some strict boundaries or remove herself from Ted's toxic influence.